Ah, you're here. We should get going then.
How's it going? Have you managed to figure out the
I've narrowed down a few potential locations. We just need to take a sample from each one. Once—
Great! We should get started.
All right. That should do it. We made good time. We might—
You sound pretty happy about that.
Do I? I suppose— Anyway, enough chit-chat. Oh, but let's head in through the side door. All right. Now we just need to wait for the— Since we have some time to kill, I suppose I might as well—
It's really good.
Try and stop me!
Oh, these must be the ones we caught the first—
Like it?
It's fine, I guess.
Come on! It sounded like you really liked it.
You're that proud of it? Is this a sense of accomplishment or something?
Well, yeah.
You know it's gonna be gone.
What do you mean?
After the festival, this ship will be returned to the fortress.
So?
So, no matter how much work you put into this place, once the—
Not making the most of it when we have the chance.
But if you know it's all going to be gone one day, why even bother?
Well,
Because you still get to keep the things you gain along the way.
Doesn't that make losing them even harder?
well, if you put it, but the happy memories we make along the way last forever. Not to mention, everything we do here is gonna be on film.
And when you look back on it, only happy memories will come to mind.
Exactly.
So it's about finding joy in the
Traveler! You're back already?
What's wrong with that? You say that like—
How did you get here? I didn't see you on the deck. Oh, never mind. We need to help Miss Guillotine hide ASAP.
What? They should—
There was a mishap earlier that cost them some time. Anyway, you should head back to the captain's cabin right away. Finally! That's a wrap for the scenes on the deck. Wouldn't have taken half as long if the wind hadn't snapped our equipment in two. Change of plans then. You'll just have to hide.
Hide? And where exactly am I supposed to do that?
Oh, there's a box over there. You can get it.
Huh? You expect me—
Do I need my makeup done for the next scene?
Let me see. Maybe. Huh? Traveler and Paimon?
Huh? Oh, well, it didn't take as long as we were expecting.
No. We ran into an issue that, set us back.
Oh, that's not for several reasons. Let us help them. The sooner we wrap.
All right.
Thanks, you two.
Miss Charlotte's crew can go first then. If I'm not— Thanks, Director Farina. Of course. Fellow artists should help.
Agreed. Well then, camera, lights, get set up. Actors, give your lines a quick once-over. Let's try to get this in. All right, places, everyone. And 3, 2, 1, action.
So, the story ends like this. But when Duke Saint Germanus departed, he clearly said that everything was beyond redemption.
Huh? That sounds familiar. Wait, it's from that novel I came across while researching the numerological array.
He's only a genius when it comes to mechanics, and everything else, he's just an ordinary person.
Huh? What was that noise?
Miss Jacoba, please don't speak as if I were the accomplice.
Not so hard. This box isn't sturdy enough for that.
This is why I keep saying, don't put too much trust in Clockwork Mecha.
A heart?
That's right. It's what's on the inside. It's also referred to as someone's soul, or likened to free will. You can think of it as a person's core, what makes them unique.
You said my emotion module was faultless.
It is, but that's not quite the same thing.
Do you think I have one then?
I don't think so. I know so. The question is, do you recognize it within yourself?
That's where you're wrong.
I can't believe this. Forcing me to hide in a box and listen to this drivel. Me.
In the end, clocks tick through tranquil years. Fish swim in crystalline springs. No matter how grand a dream is, it will fade away like this. Forlorn.
And cut. That was a long one. What did you think?
If she makes them do another take, I'm going to flip.
Well, there were some weird audio things going on, but acting-wise, it was great. It's
Perfect. That means
I can get out of this box.
it's our turn. Camera operator, set up for the next scene. In this one, our protagonist peruses an aquarium in a foreign land and gets swept up in memories of her friend. So, in terms of lighting, that's the vibe we're going for. Got that?
Shoot, I thought there'd be a break and Centroni could slip away.
Break a leg! Yep, we're headed off to shoot up. All right, quiet on set! We're about to start rolling. Ready? Miss Columbina?
I think she would like this.
Quick, we should roll on this.
It doesn't forage with the others, or prey upon its smaller kin. Instead, it remains where it is, cradled in the coral's quiet beauty, as though the raging cyclones above are of no consequence. And yet, she still stood before the cyclone in the end. So I think that story has it wrong. She is no different than us. She has a heart.
Columbina.
Uh-oh, is she onto us?
What is she doing? Cut!
You okay, Columbina?
Oh, yes. I just thought...
Why don't we take a short break? It's been a long day of shooting so far. That last take was beautifully organic, though. We can use it as is. No need to go again.
Thanks, Director Farina. But I'm fine to continue.
You're sure? In that case, let's shoot some quick B-roll. Then we can move to our next outdoor scene.
We're in the clear this time.
Ugh, absolutely suffocating.
You okay, Centroni?
Right as rain. Come on, let's go check the test results. It's time for me to go home. All right, it should be around. Give me some space. I'll activate the water.
The what?
Alain, much like Renee, had long predicted that the water levels, thanks to his expertise in mechanics, he was able to implement it. I told him there was no need, that I would just move when the water rose too high. But it would seem he knew a day like this. All right, the silt has been cleared away. Go activate the mechanism for the first sluice gate. That will fill the empty middle chamber with water. All right, now turn on the drainage mechanism in front of the second sluice gate, and this chamber will become empty once again. Back when I lived here, it was my job to tend to the potted plants and flower beds. If the weather was nice, I would take Alain out in his wheelchair and we would go for a walk. Come to think of it, I was the only one who could get around easily back then. Polonia always got stuck at some point, and it was up to me to launch a rescue mission. Happy. I suppose they were. Uneventful, but pleasant. Repetitive, of course. That was all just an illusion. Death. Oh. All right, enough standing around. Let's head inside. Yep, this place is exactly how I left it. Nothing has changed. What is it? Huh? How did you get... Oh, Arlecchino gave it to you, didn't she? And you... read the whole thing. Just so you know, a lot of that was... Anyway, since you've already read it, well, feel free to look around. Oh, but be careful with the stuff around. Polonia. Oh, these are some of Alain's drafts, and these are just some.
Wait, the people in this picture look kind of
Oh, this was taken when Alain and Renee were both still at the Fontaine Research. In his later years, Alain would often sit by the fireplace and stare at this picture, wearing an expression somewhere between guilt and he said he sometimes regretted not helping his friend when he needed it most, even if just to stop him. Oh, I played with these when I was little. During the first few months after. At first, Alain and I would play together, but it didn't. Yeah. Logic and math. It's been so long. What? Let's go with this one. The gears on the left are stacked from largest to smallest. The goal is to move them to the other side in the fewest number of moves. Just remember, you can't stack a bigger gear on top of a smaller one. Need help? You seem... This should go here, and... Well, what did you think of the game? You showed quite a bit of promise, too. Polonia. This was Elend's work. It's where both Polonia and I were brought to life. Before Elend was bedbound, this is where he would teach me about mechanics. Later on, when he got too sick...
Wow! This house is filled with so many men.
You should have seen it at its prom. You know, we also used to have a mechanical piano that...
Oh!
Elend never played it much. He probably wasn't able, but I managed to teach myself. Music theory is essential. I loved perusing Elend's collect, but as Elend continued to deteriorate...
Oh!
Back then, I assumed a piano was like an ordinary clothing rack. Commonplace in every home and easily replaceable. Ahem. Wait, there's a hidden compartment at the back of this box. Looks like it's locked with some kind of gear mechanism. Knowing you, Elend, I'm guessing it goes like this, then like this. Got it. Am I a genius or what? Let's see here. A box?
Well, you gonna open it?
It's heavier than I was expecting. Just how much stuff is in... A letter? And a bunch of junk underneath it. None of it seems that important. Wait a second. This should be it. Oh, it's a multi-dimensional algorithmic core. Elend would use it to store information. All right, I'll start looking into the core and the letter.
Okay. Hold on. There's another picture in here. This one has writing on the back.
A snapshot of you playing among the plants shortly after you were born.
Huh? Wow! Look how happy you are in this picture.
What's that supposed to mean?
Just that you come off kind of aggressive sometimes. Or, you know, annoyed at...
Well then, people should stop being so annoying. It's not like I'm the one with the problem.
Of course not. Oh, here's something else. Looks like a piece of paper torn out from somewhere. Today, I solved another math puzzle and made a breakthrough on a construction problem the Institute has been stuck on for years.
No, wait, that's
From now on, I should have people address me as Her Highness the Clockwork Princess, unraveler of all reason.
Nope. No more of that. I thought I tore this page out.
You wrote this? Then how did it get... Wait, there's more writing at the bottom.
You seem to have developed a distaste for this particular entry, considering I found it in the trash. I'm sorry, but I could not help but hold on to it. Forgive me.
Elend! Don't be embarrassed. Everyone goes through a phase like that.
Nonsense. I wasn't even the one who wrote that. It must have been Polonia. That's enough. I told you it was Polonia. You know what? We're done with this. No more rifling around in the box. Just put it down and let me read the letter. To my little clockwork princess. Not another word.
You've most likely received the gift I left for you. I just hope you didn't stumble across all this while cleaning out my effects or something trivial like that. I once asked if there was something you wished for. Do you remember that? I wonder if time has changed your answer. Regardless, I have another gift. A formula that will allow you to come face to face with the anomaly inside of you. Why this gift? To understand that, allow me to wax poetic on the soul once again. I would ask you to stick with me until the end, but I know you will. You always have. I believe a person should be born twice over in their lifetime. First, there's the birth that grants us life. Then, the birth of the soul. It's a matter of transforming the life bestowed upon us into the life we choose for ourselves. And to do that, we must look inward. We must make a conscious choice to define the meaning of our life, instead of allowing the happenstance of our existence to pass us by. This is the process of recognizing the soul that lives within us. You are my proudest masterpiece. I told you that long ago. But to me, you have never been a creation or a machine. To me, you're just like the rest of us. You have a heart. In fact, some theories think of the human brain as nothing more than a machine, and thought the product of its computations. So you see, perhaps we're not so different after all. Your inner machinery is just far more advanced than most, no matter how one looks at it. The heart is a complex thing, a place where logic and reason collide with our emotions. Your computational capacity allowed you to become sentient and develop logical reasoning. Emotions and logic often clash with each other, and those instances of discord can accumulate over time. That is the source of what you refer to as the anomalies within you. As you told me once, you've always known what you don't want, yet you've never wished for anything in particular. Similar to how a blind person can feel when a part of their body is in pain without being able to fully visualize its form, such is your relationship with your soul. So, what I leave you now is this: a formula that will allow you to see the shape of your soul. For if you want to protect your heart, you must.
Of course. Whether you use it is entirely up to you. You are, and always have been, free to do as you wish. Regardless, whether by my formula or some other means, I trust you will know your heart one day. You always were a fast learner. And the smartest person I've ever known. Ellen.
Oh,
I'm fine. I've already figured out how this formula works. Let's get out of here and then we can use it.
you made up your mind already? You're gonna do it?
Why wouldn't I? Resolving the anomalies within my No, I can do this on my own. But, do you want to watch?
What do you mean?
I already know what anomaly I need to resolve. Like Alen said, she's an amalgamation of all the times my logic algorithms have clashed with my...
And by resolve, you mean that literally, or...
Yes.
But if you, let us in like that, wouldn't that mean letting us see a bunch of your, inner thoughts and secrets?
If what Alen said is true, then I'm about to be... born in... Besides, you already read my whole diary. When it comes...
You're really sure about this?
How many times do I have to say it? I finally let you in as... enough with the mushy stuff. Just follow me. Right. With the numerological array, I can construct a simple formula that will allow you to experience what I see and hear in real time.
Oh, just like St. Lolly's scent-sharing technique. Been there, done that.
Sounds like that shaman has some tricks up her sleeve. The arcane and the mathematical are both fundamental laws of this world. Being able to achieve a similar result through both isn't surprising. Anyway, let's get this show on the road. But no comments from the peanut gallery, okay? I know I offered, but I still don't want any interruptions. Is this my heart? No, it's probably just the result of a lens formula. Huh. But it looks like the walls are all... You made it. About time. Is that me? You just spoke of anomalies. Well, here I am. Shall we sit down and talk?
That should do it. Hello? My name is Alain Guillotin. Can you hear me?
Brings back memories, doesn't it? The time we spent here.
Here. I want you to have this.
A notebook?
You can use it to write things down.
I don't need to write things down. I have unlimited memory.
Even so, some things are more important than others, right?
So you wish me to carry out a basic priority sorting operation?
I suppose you can think of it like that for now. But journaling is also an act of finding oneself. Much like we use wooden stakes to guide a plant to grow in a certain manner, what we choose to write down in the act of choosing what to forget and what to hold on to, we decide what kind of person we want to become.
I don't understand. Like I said earlier, I don't need something like this. This is where we were born. Where our life began. Mornings of tending to the garden. Afternoons spent cleaning, reading, or studying. Evenings of cozying up by the fire, listening to Alain share stories about his past. Alain.
What is it?
What are you drinking?
Oh, this? It's coffee. It, makes me...
I want to try it.
Oh, okay. Here.
Bitter. Speaking of, why did you design me with senses? Taste, smell, touch.
Well, I'm not quite sure. It just felt like the right thing to do. I suppose I hoped you might have a life of your own one day, and that you...
Oh. Still bitter. I thought those peaceful days would go on forever. You know that's not possible. Maybe. But how was I supposed to know the end was just around the corner? That was just bad luck, was it? Well, it certainly became a pattern, now didn't it? Over time, one of the habits we picked up from Alain was a love of coffee. We even a machine acting like a human. Kind of laughable, right? I suppose that's just what I'm used to. Yeah, that's just what we're used to.
Hey, this place isn't half bad. Great spot for a party.
More and more people seem to be showing up to my tea parties uninvited.
Can you blame me? I saw Columbina leading Capitano somewhere, and I had to see what that was about.
I had simply asked Columbina where I might find Arlecchino. I have business to discuss with her, and Columbina suggested looking here. Tartaglia and I were unaware that this was a private gathering. Apologies for the intrusion.
Whatever. Just add it to the list of annoying things that have happened today. What's one more? Since you're here, you might as well stay for a cup of tea.
See? Told you she wouldn't mind.
Much obliged, Sandrone.
Well, look who we have here. Good thing I brought extra desserts. This has turned into quite the occasion.
Capitano, I was just about to go find you.
Pardon the intrusion. Rest assured, I won't sully your gathering with talk of work. We can have our discussion later.
Spoken like a true gentleman. A certain unmannered 11th seat could learn a thing or two.
You know, you really should start being nicer to me, Rosalie. Or I might just snatch that 8th seat right out from under you.
I'd like to see you try.
If you're gonna fight, take it outside. The only mess I plan on cleaning up is... I still don't understand how our quiet afternoon turned into such a crowded gathering. One by one, people just kept barging in. And then, one by one, they left without a word. Yeah, pretty annoying, huh?
of all my days with the Fatui. Goodbye, Sandrone.
Don't go, Columbina. We should have just said that. Why didn't we? If we had, would the story have had a different ending? She couldn't stay. There was no future for her here. She would have just faded away. You're right. I suppose that's why you call me an anomaly. Every time you make a decision, there's a voice inside your heart. Why didn't we make her stay? Is it worse to fight for something just to lose it? Or don't you find it unfair? One by one, but in the end, whether I want to fight for something or cry... And now, even Polonia. Even Polonia is no longer with us. I did everything I could, but it's just like Alen always said. Polonia was one of a kind. There was no replicating what he managed to Don't you feel like our connection to the past is fading bit by bit? I suppose. But you can't move through life without having to say goodbye. And even as we experience loss, there are always new things to be gained. Ever so logical. What's your take, then? It feels like... the more I care about something, the faster the world takes it away. It sounds so stupid, but I can't help it. Why even fight for something that's just going to be lost in the end? Better to dark, I know. But the heart wants what it wants. Maybe the stellar linchpin appeared because of me. I don't think so. Yeah, probably not. What an anomaly wants goes against all logic and well, go ahead and do what you came for. You're here to resolve the anomaly, aren't you? Yes. What's it gonna be? Keeping me imprisoned here like before? Or eliminating me entirely, like debugging a code? I don't care. I just don't want to experience the pain of loss ever again. Go ahead. I'm ready. Why do we keep losing everything we care about? I know it hurts, but that's life. I wish... I know. I've always known. Because we've been one all along.
Sandrone!
I'm fine.
It's okay to cry, you know.
Cry? You've got to be kidding me. Save the comforting for someone who needs it, Paimon. The emotional side of my core algorithm. My emotion module has always been fully developed and operational. Elen tried to tell me that too. I've just chosen to ignore her voice all this time, I suppose. Come to think of it, it's kind of like the aquarium on the ship.
The aquarium?
The old me took one look at it and saw something I would inevitably lose. So I stopped putting in the effort. Then, one by one, the fish all swam away, and the place became even more bleak and depressing.
Don't say that! A lot of people would feel the same. It just shows how much you care about what you have.
Now? After seeing what you've done with the aquarium, I have to admit, I think it's beautiful. It's like you said, we get to keep the things we gain along the way. And those are things that can never be replaced, because we choose to hold them in our hearts.
Well said.
Besides, I've already...
Right. Earlier you, or your inner self, mentioned something about her wish. What was it?
You think that's something you can just ask and I'll tell you? I may have accepted my emotional self, but I'm not about... That said.
Huh? Resentful loss?
You couldn't get comfortable sleeping near the Opera Epicles, right? Well, I bet that's why. The Fountain of Lucine is where all the water...
Hold on. If it's souls we're dealing with, feeling uncomfortable...
And under normal circumstances, I'm sure someone of your talents would have. The problem is, these...
Remind me how they ended up like that again? You mentioned something about them being...
Yes, it's called soul severing. Renee of the Nordsitzenkreuz Ordo came up with... After learning of Fontaine's impending doom, Renee thought if he could find a means for the soul to live on in perpetuity, it might ensure... Unfortunately, his theory of the four orthants was imperfect at the time, and a failure along the way caused his physical form to dissipate. Jakob, another member of the Nordsitzenkreuz Ordo, sought to carry on Renee's legacy and restore his physical form. He even...
By severing their souls?
Yes. After Renee successfully awakened, the two continued their research, and all the severed souls ended up merging into Renee's After you saved Fontaine by turning Fontanians into true humans, these souls returned to the ley lines. But the souls severed before Renee awakened had nowhere to go, doomed to forever wander the waters of Fontaine as listless spirits.
Almost as if they exist outside the bounds of this world. Unrecognized by the ley lines or fate. No wonder I couldn't sense them.
Not only that, but over time, they began to fuse with other entities. Their inner resentment lured in all sorts of evil beings, which corrupted and defiled them into nothing more than But the full transformation must have been recent. Otherwise, the Wait, no, he must know already. That would explain the underwater Melazine patrols. No wonder I kept running into officers from the Marechaussee Phantom earlier.
In that case, let's go find Nervalette and we can sort it out together.
No, not just yet.
Why not?
For one, the diplomatic castle alone would be a nightmare. Even though I haven't reported back to Snezhnaya yet, I'm not planning to leave the Fatui anytime soon. Besides, with me here, success is a done deal. Involving other people would just complicate things. All I need is for Miss Lolly to help pinpoint the location of this monstrosity. Think you can do it?
With my eyes closed. This is what I do. I'm a lot better at it than manning a desk, at least. But, how exactly do you plan on resolving this soul stuff?
Just trust me. I have the perfect solution.
Oh, alright. If you're that confident, well... why the sudden interest in helping Fontaine with this, Renee? You never knew Renee and the others, right?
No, I didn't. And you're right. This problem has nothing to do with me. I wouldn't get within 10 feet of the but... he also felt sorry towards Marianne. for being too lost in his mechanical If he were still with us, I think he'd do the same. He might have a few choice words to say about it, but even after everything, friends shouldn't hold grudges or leave behind regrets. Fixing what happened between him and Renee was one of his greatest wishes. All I'm doing is fulfilling it in his stead.
You know, you really do seem a little different now.
You mean everything that just happened wasn't for nothing? What? Just washing off the grime of the past. Turns out, a lot can build up after being ignored for so long.
What's this about aquarium tanks all of a sudden? They go off on some grand adventure and what? Now they have their own private code?
Alright then, Seat Lolly. Tracking this thing down is up to you.
Huh? Oh, right. No problem.
You get this, Granny Eatsley!
You! Come with me to Hotel de Boer for a drink. Why? Because I said so! Miss Guillotin, I'll report back on the location tomorrow morning. Just need a drink or two first to bolster me up.
Well, don't let me keep you.
Alright, you. Time to go. I've got scores that need settling.
Huh?